All right, and we're live. Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. Hope everyone's doing well out there. With that being said, we will get started off in true fashion. Alan, if you would, sir.
Scotsman, you sound a little froggy this evening.
Yeah, still a little on the crap side, trying to get rid of this cough. So if I start hacking up along, I apologize.
Well, okay, we'll try to excuse you for such things, but before that,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
all right, all right. Well, the participations list isn't showing everybody. I know that it's not. So, with that said, Alaska won Andy, Chris 338. Idaho Rogers, USMC, Kingpin here in the room, Lead Bullet Junkie, Primal Wanderer, Thoughts of an Old Soldier. Glad to see everybody out there so far. It's gonna be a good evening, I surely hope. Lone Wolf 76, Lori Jean, Smile Money out there. Hadn't seen Smile Money in a minute. Yep, people coming in, things filling up. So with that said, the Tactical Deer Hunter, sir, I think you need to change your name. That's the Tactical Deer Slayer.
Oh no, I'm still hunting. I mean, I got some meat in the freezer, but you got to get those big bones out there. They got to drop them. So
Yeah, we know you're a big fan of big bones. But Kingpin, how you doing, sir?
Doing really great. Good to see everybody tonight.
Good. Glad to see it. OCD Outdoors jumping in, Lakeview Outdoors. Yep, people jumping in all over. Good to see.
Good deal. Yeah, I got a bunch of links out, so should be a few more people jumping in here shortly. But when I'm jumping in and watching, guys, we should be back to a regular schedule starting this week. So shouldn't be any issues going forward, hopefully. I'll let you guys know if there is, but we should be good to go for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, it's been a lot of hit and miss, and as of late, especially, a lot of miss, and it's just unavoidable situations that's caused it. So luckily, sounds like we'll be getting right back onto a regular schedule. So keep your Sunday evenings open until otherwise notified.
Yep, should be good to go. So shouldn't be too many more issues, hopefully. So the Tactical Cold Deer Hunter. Why are you the cold deer hunter? Is it cold outside?
well, you might be able to say that. It all depends on your view of what cold really is. If you're in Alaska, this is a heat wave, but it was in the 40s today. But when you're just sitting there on the ground where it's wet and you're old, you're telling deer to get off your lawn all day, yeah, it gets cold. And that was the Reader Digest version. I could tell you about my hemorrhoids and my gout, but I'll stay away from that. And while the Scotsman's hacking up a lung.
Yeah, here in Iowa, we had a little bit of a heat wave this weekend as well. It would have been a great weekend to go out shooting. I actually didn't get any rounds down range this week or this weekend. I'm kind of bugging, but I've kind of been doing a lot of other things with a cup with some kids. So it is what it is. But it's supposed to be starting to get really, really damn cold here right around the corner. Thoughts of an old soldier, says Alan. Thoughts on Virginia and their proposed gun laws. Virginia, of all places, Virginia. Yeah, millions and millions of dollars spent to stack their Senate. And then they proceed to do nothing but gun laws. Nothing but. Long story short, I mean, I can rattle on and on and on and on about it, but long story short is I suspect that the next Civil War is going to start in Virginia. There's so many counties out there where people are making 2A sanctuaries, and I don't get how. Yeah, okay, so they spent a bunch of money and they stacked the Senate. The state Senate, and now the people are getting to be like, what are you doing? This is not what we voted. This is not what we vote for. This is not what we're doing. We've got sheriffs saying, I'll deputize everybody, which you could debate that either way. You know, is he playing the hand of God? Oh, you can have a gun, but you can't, and you can't, and you can't.
Well, I mean, the sheriffs, though, they're the only ones that are elected. I mean, you run into your city police force and stuff. Okay, they're appointed by the, what do you call it? The something of the mayor. Oh, what's that called? I'm old. I can't think of that word. At the leisure of the mayor or something like that, or pleasure of the mayor, where all the sheriffs have to be elected into the county. So, but this whole thing with Virginia, hey, Bloomberg and all that there, Soros, I mean, they pumped the money in there. They bought the election. They just had to buy the advertising in all the 3 major metropolitan areas to take over the whole state. And that's their game plan. They're going to do every single state like that.
Yeah, and maybe it was a test market for Mr. Bloomberg on, how much money am I going to have to spend in order to make this happen? Who knows? Now, his announcement going into the presidential debate, so going up onto a bigger platform than just the state of Virginia. Even just his logo banner takes his name, Michael Bloomberg, shortens it, makes it just Mike, so that, oh yeah, he's just an average guy. That's just Mike. And on top of that, they don't capitalize his first name to make him seem even more, I don't know, approachable, that he's just this everyday average Joe. He's fucking not. He's the upper echelon of the upper crust, and is buying his way into fucking everything. And then what's he do? Right after his presidential announcement, the very next thing he does is talk about how he's going to take away guns from everybody. This is how I'm going to do it. Oh, okay. Yay. And they're all fucking clapping for him. Yay. Take away our fucking constitutional rights. Oh, what the fuck are these people thinking?
They're not.
No, you lose the gun rights. You're going to lose the freedom of speech. You're going to lose the freedom to be able to go to church where you want to. And after that, they're just going to tax everybody that lives out in the country to where they can't afford to live in the country anymore, and move them into the city also. And then all you're going to have is corporate farms and then they're going to control all the food. I mean, it's a long game, and that's where it's going.
But how how do you suppose they're going to take all the guns? Say it went down the path he wanted, and he said, "That's it, get rid of them." How do you suppose they would do that?
Well, they're not going to do it all in one swipe. It's going to be 10 to 20 years, and most of it's going to start out in your preschools, elementary, and schools, the way the school systems are going, teaching the young kids conservatism's bad, guns are bad, and they're just going to vote it right out of existence as we die off every day.
Okay, all right. I would agree with you there. I hear a lot of people say they're going to come in and just take them. It's like, no, they're not going to just run in the front door and start grabbing, because you have to have the military to do that. The military wouldn't do it. I agree with what you said, though. Yeah, it'll be a long game.
Yeah, it's a long game, and it started in the 60s. So now all those college kids from the 60s, they're now running the shows.
Yeah.
They're your CEOs. They're your lawyers or your judges now, and it's just going that way.
Idaho Rogers has a comment out there. I have issues with saying bought the election. And yeah, I agree with you. I think the real fault is the uninformed and absent voter. Yeah, the uninformed are a major part of the problem. They're the ones that are buying the Kool-Aid that these people are selling. They don't know what is real. The only thing they think is real is what they're being told. And so they feel like they're informed. They think they've got a grasp on it when they really have no clue. They're buying the Kool-Aid that they're fed.
It's amazing that they don't have a clue too, because when you hear them complaining, when you see wealthy people, ridiculously wealthy people like the Clintons and the Mayor Jerk, all standing up there talking about the evils of wealth, the people that are rich, that are causing harm to the country, it just makes you go, can you guys not even see that? How a rich man stands in front of you and says the rich are the problem. We need to tax the rich. Wait, he's talking about himself. And they can't see that. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, there's no rule that says that you can't give more taxes. You know, if Warren Buffett thinks that he should pay more than his secretary, then all he's got to do is write a check.
Yeah, absolutely. But you won't see any of them do it. You just don't see any of them do it.
And the other part to it too is, how do we change these absent voters? How do we get these people to actually go out and vote?
You get Virginia gun confiscation. That's how. The turnout in the special election was so abysmal in Virginia. Only people that turned out were the quote unquote left. And when these people in Virginia have to suffer through what they've put themselves into, that will change their education level, I guess you could say, on what's going on with their politics. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, top of the day, gents. Good to see you all.
Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Good. The Bomies are down with Mr. Holster right now. They've been there for the last 2 days. They're hanging out.
Yeah, I got to call him again this week and talk to him.
I didn't comment because I was watching on the big screen, but I saw you have another fundraiser going right now, Scottson.
I do, yep. I'll put a link up there for it. But it's basically Mr. Holster from Mrs. Holster, and we're just trying to get some money raised to help pay the bills, so she doesn't have to worry and he doesn't have to worry about her.
Yeah, they just took some down there yesterday as well. So He was on the radio show last night. Him and her.
Yeah.
She's a funny gal.
Yeah, she's a hoot, man. She's just like him.
Yeah. The looks on Christine's face when they're like, "Oh, the bull kept getting out." Well, what happens to the bull? You had him in the chili tonight. That was quite funny. You had a lot of people in there tonight. Yeah, you did. Mr. Fuzzy Fork. So what's on the agenda tonight?
No idea, man. It's been a while. We're finally kind of getting back into the swing of things. So, you know,
Well,
work.
If I can make a
time.
suggestion, why don't you shave your beard off? That'll be fun.
No, I am not shaving my beard.
Oh God, okay. Just threw that out there.
No, the last time I shaved, even a razor even came close to this was the last time I did it.
Yeah.
And that's not happening.
And I have to admit, was it a day and a half later, you look like that?
Yeah, something like that.
As the only clean shaven member of this panel, please don't shave your beard.
This
Not
is the
happening, brother.
Scotsman after a day, except it's dark. The next day is going to be the tactical deer killer. That's day 2. Day 3 is about where he's at now.
I gotta admit, you got a ridiculous beard. That is just ridiculous. I mean, 1 minute you're sitting there, the next one, it's like, what the hell? What do they feed you? Is it all that haggis or whatever? Good Lord Almighty!
Haggis, whiskey, beer.
See, now
all
you gotta
help- all help the beard growth.
you need to get down to one of those hair replacement places and say, "Here, you want take a test off this. Whatever does this to me, put it on their heads." There you go. People be running around looking like hippies.
Do
Not
not
everyone can drink like we can, though. So they'd have some problems.
harass Rasputin.
Yeah, the problem is that once you actually put those implants in, to get them to grow and thrive requires a hard regimen of strong beers and whiskey.
I know. You know something? If you can get the Scotsman to stand on his head, wouldn't he look like Don King?
Yes, he would. And if you could actually get him to stand up on his head, he'd be a sober down kid.
Hey, I can make fun of bald people. I are one.
That works. I get to keep mine. My dad likes to make fun of me. Go, you get to keep your hair, but yeah, you cut it all off. That's one of the things that comes. I don't think I've ever seen anybody grow a beard as fast as you do. You're crazy, man. It's for real. You are the crazy Scotsman. That's just craziness. I remember I saw you on a video, like, what was it, a week later? I'm like, he lied. He didn't even cut the damn thing off.
Well, I've got the unusual ability to grow my beard and have it not stop and just grow into my chest hair. I don't know how common that is, but
I don't know
if
how
I don't
common that is.
if I don't shave this, I'll look like the Scotsman in like a week.
No.
Mine does this, and then it stops and goes, "That's all. We're done. We quit." And I go, "Oh, okay. All right, whatever." Works for me. That's fine.
Yeah, the whole growing into the chest thing, I think that's just you, man. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, it's not just Alan. It's the rest of the Sasquatch clan too.
Oh yeah.
I'm all full of love tonight.
Yeah, I can literally shave this off, and within like a week and a half, 2 weeks, it's like semi back to this.
That's ridiculous. That's just.
Hey man, lots of beer and lots of whiskey. Talking of whiskey, I got another bottle of whiskey. Thanks to my sister.
Oh,
Hey,
there
okay.
you go. There you go.
Small batch made out here in Iowa.
Along with the 2019 Asian Thunder, the 2018 Asian Thunder, and the one that's been being partaken of so far is the 2017 Asian Thunder.
Now, you've actually got bottles of stuff that has been sitting around for years. How's that possible with you?
They just
No, I
sent
literally just got this.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I can't imagine you going 2017 on the shelf and at 2019 showing me. I'm like 2017 end of January. Now we have the next one.
You know, I've tried to do the whole aging the beer thing like Eric does. You know, let it sit for a year.
Yeah.
It lasts like 2 days.
You look at it and go, why? What the hell?
It's already so good. Why let it waste?
Did
I
you
hear
say
you.
aging beer?
Yeah, you can like if you take a good dark beer or a good heavy IPA or something like that, you can let it sit for a while. It'll get better. You know, like a good Russian Imperial Stout, you let that sit for a year or two. That really brings out the flavors and really becomes a nice beer. But I got a problem with letting beer sit for that long.
So it's got to be like a quality beer. It can't be like Budweiser or something.
Yeah. It's got to be a quality beer.
Okay.
No. John knows all about aging PBR for
Yes.
like 6 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, you can take PBR, and if you leave it downstairs on the table, turn on the computer upstairs, then go back down and get it, it's a lot better. It's amazing the difference that makes.
You know, I used to drink, and I thought the whole point of drinking was to get a buzz, not to age it.
Well, that is the point.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I can't let it sit and age.
The thing
Really?
with PBR is the more you let it age, the more toxic it gets. So
Yeah, PBR just gets better every minute. Unlike Mad Dog 2020, which gets worse every minute.
it just becomes stronger. I mean, you can remove stains off of driveways with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love that Mad Dog. I would buy it for all the young guys, you know, that when we have a command parties, like the new guys, I'd just can them a bottle of that, and I'd watch them puke for the rest of the night, and I'd laugh. That stuff was
We used to get it and put crushed ice, pack the glass full of crushed ice, pour it in there, and go, you ready? Yeah, pop it. Now go sit down somewhere. You got about 4 minutes.
And everyone, let's welcome the biggest pussy on YouTube. What's up, buddy?
What's up, gentlemen? It's been a long time, man. I haven't seen a Lincoln forever. Yeah, not much going on with me, man. House is keeping me busy. Just was up on the roof trying to kill myself, putting up Christmas lights and stuff. Yeah, other than that, man, not doing a whole lot. The few times I've gotten to go shooting recently, just kind of me and the boys out there, no cameras, no nothing. So I got no videos in the works right now.
How about that Star Wars? It's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's week and a half, 2 weeks. So excited. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of like Star Wars geek stuff lately. So
Talking to geek stuff, Alan, didn't you start a new geeky project?
Yeah, actually, I'll just give me 1 second here.
Don't tell me he's building that damn DeLorean.
Yeah, he's been making videos on it. Haven't you watched it?
No.
No, I've been spending some time with the boys and started getting in. They started getting into something, and I had to get back into something that I used to be into, and it shows how much of a nerd that I am. That would be RC cars, and so this right here is a Traxxas E-Revo 2.0. It's a ridiculous powerhouse of a monster truck. And yeah, so just to show you how much of a nerd I am, I'm into robotics.
That works. Those puppies you can get those things moving pretty darn quick nowadays.
Yeah, out of the box, with no changes at all, straight out of the box, that car's doing 50 miles an hour.
See,
Is that one of the ones that can drive on the water?
This is one that's capable of that. I put two gears in it. That's all I got to do is put two gears in it, and it's doing over 70 miles an hour at that point. I would love to absolutely do that. One of the things that I do end up planning on doing with it is mounting a GoPro onto the top of it and using that as my distance camera, so I can run the car all the way out to the distance target and use that as the camera, and I can move it around, give different angles from my vantage point. I won't have to walk
at all.
So yeah, it's
So really, you're just building a camera mount.
yeah, a ridiculously powerful camera mount is exactly what it is.
You know, as far as nerd things go, that's still a pretty cool nerd thing. Like, I mean, I got like, you know, figures and crap like that. You know, I got childish stuff. You got at least something cool.
Well, you got to decorate, so that was good. I did my Christmas decorations right there. See it? Right there.
Is that a can of PBR?
No, it's a stupid snow globe, but I can go there. Christmas is done.
Oh, Christmas globe. Oh.
There we are. That way people go, you didn't decorate the studio. Yeah, I did. Right there. It's all done. Ho, ho, ho.
I like your decorations, man.
Yeah. It's simple. It's tasteful. It's to the point.
Yep.
Well, the Gun Snob has a good comment about that whole thing. I mean, a lot of, yeah, there's.
I will wholeheartedly agree with you there. It's just one of them things. Yep, I collect toys.
Yeah, it's not like I really needed something that's going to take up more of my time. what little time I've got, but it's damn fun. It is absolutely a lot of fun. I twice now I've hit one of the other boys' cars and about totaled it, and pretty much had to rebuild their car for them. But it's a good time to get out and play with the boys. And
so what you're saying is you bought yourself a real high end monster truck compared to what you bought them.
Yeah, it's definitely the step up from what I bought them.
He has that.
The
kids get the little $7 ones.
Junky cars. They're not driving sloppy, jumpy cars. But what my toy, I'm bigger than they are. My toys are bigger.
Take them down to Tractor Supply and go, look, they got some in the $7 bin. Let's get you boys some of those.
Let's go down the toy aisle at Walmart. We'll get you one of them. Only will turn in reverse.
Saving up money for your new tires.
Be lucky it doesn't have a wire attached to the controller. I mean, that was the RC cars when we were kids. I mean, for the most part, most of the RC cars
had an invite to Michael's.
Yeah, so some people are just ridiculous with it when it comes to aircraft, remote control aircraft.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I cannot do it. I bought a drone and was trying to teach myself how to operate the drone so that I could get some better footage, some drone footage. And I've destroyed 3 drones. If it flies, I can't control it.
If it flies, it dies.
Don't
You know,
drone.
try rocketry. It's pretty simple. It goes up when it ejects and the chute comes out. Then you start filming. It's all very calm coming down.
Yeah, that whole like follow me feature. Some of the other some gun channels are doing it. Yeah. Robotic Pelosi with a mute button. Man, if I can invent one of those, I'd be the most famous person in this country.
You would sell some of those. Oh yeah. Picture those memes.
So your next project is you're going to build a robotic woman.
No, I just put the wheels on it.
You didn't read the private chat yet, have you?
He probably already built that. That was probably his first project.
Yeah, I had to take parts off of her in order to build this.
My boss came to work one day and he was so proud of himself. We were working at the guy's house. He had a big field behind his house. And he was just, super proud. He's like, look at this drone that I just bought. It sells for $80 in the store, and I got it for 40. Pulled it out of the box, got it all ready, flew it up in the air, and it was kind of a windy day. 5 minutes out of the box, and it was lost in the woods. He flew it up too high, and the wind took it, and then it was gone forever.
Throw those 420s into the wind.
Know how much it would cost to get everyone to shave next week. Sorry, brother. It's not happening, man. I did it once. I can't do it again.
You can pay me any amount of money you want me to shave, and I do it 3 times a week.
After shaving every day for 23 years, nope. Not going to do it.
I hear that one.
Yeah, but I'm in the category of one of those guys that's patchy. Like if I didn't shave for like No Shave November, I'd look like a homeless guy in November.
Well, I pretty much look like that now.
Yeah, but you pull it off though.
Yeah, it works. It works. I throw a hoodie up and people just think I'm sitting at a soup kitchen.
It's that radio voice. It just brings everything together.
Yeah, not all of us gun guys. The only hobbies that we have are guns. It's kind of a misconception. A lot of people don't. They just think the only thing that we ever do is guns, and that's only the Scotsman. I mean, everybody else, they also have other hobbies. Tactical deer hunter. He kills deer. That's one of his hobbies.
And you do it with what? A gun?
You do it with a bow too.
Well, yeah, but it's all the deals with projectiles.
If I could figure out how to mount a gun onto a commercial RC with a remote trigger and not commit a felony,
already done and on YouTube.
Yeah, it's been done.
I can tell you what channel. Go to Roman Atwood. He did it with an AR-15 and got in a little bit of trouble.
Not a
lot, just a little.
Well, you can do it with the CO2 and BBs, and that's okay.
Yeah, he actually had a AR-15 mounted to one of those puppies, and he shot it. Apparently, YouTube wasn't real thrilled about it.
Why would that even be a felony if you mount it on,
I don't think it's a felony. I think the trouble came all from YouTube because a lot of kids watch that particular one. He's also a gun channel, but he's kind of a hidden gun channel, and then to mix RC cars and AR-15s, YouTube was like,
Made their little snowflake heads explode. I love it.
oh my, yes, they were not thrilled about that.
Well, the video probably went viral too, so
It was-
they wouldn't like.
It was quick. It was in the millions very quickly.
Jesse B Outdoors has a second Instagram channel. It's Jesse B Motors. He's been messing with a lot of the RC cars and stuff lately.
Oh, don't give Alan ideas. He'll make another channel.
Jan B Gay, 4-wheel drive.
I got 2 channels. Like all the cool kids are doing it nowadays.
Well, I haven't said that I have or haven't created another channel. I definitely have footage. I just haven't assembled it yet. But I do have footage. I actually have footage of unboxing this thing and taking it out on its maiden voyage, where it literally wasn't on the ground for 45 seconds before it destroyed a different RC car. Yeah, this thing is an absolute beast. I'm naming it the Big Bully because it just keeps destroying everybody else's cars.
Would that be driver error?
Well, it's one of those accidentally on purpose things.
I accidentally on purpose drove over your car and slammed it 4 times.
That's just a simple glitch in the remote control, completely out of his control.
Yeah, West Covina Dodge. I like expensive hobbies like flying, scuba diving, guns, but only one at a time. Because really, who the hell can who the hell can afford so many different hobbies at once?
They get expensive, that's for sure.
I mean, what actually drove me into RCs back in the day was I had to get away from building actual 4-wheel drive rigs. It was just getting way too expensive. And so I thought, well, instead of
you're trying to say,
no. Like building up Jeeps and taking them out on the Rubicon and RCs was like, okay, well, it's a 10th scale. Maybe it'll be 10th the price.
and as you see, the tactical Swede shaking his head.
It never works that way.
No, it doesn't. Some of the parts for those things cost more than the ones for your car.
Absolutely. Some of the stuff is just absolutely ridiculous that they cost.
I just think you should mount a target onto it and just run it around the field. And that way we can shoot at the target with shotguns.
With this bunch, it won't be long. Darn. Man, I was really aiming. I swear I was aiming for the target. Sorry about that tire.
You let it just a little too much.
Yeah.
I already asked him how much it would actually cost if how much that would be for that one shot.
Well, if you're going to do that, make sure it's got a little extra oomph, some of that special, powder oomph in a bag in there, so you can watch it really go boom.
Ooh, Tannerite, yeah.
If you're going to pay to shoot it, make it go boom.
Well, then you'd have to do it with rifle, not shotgun. That would be a challenge. Hit the Tannerite on the RC.
You got 30 rounds. I mean, can't be that much of a challenge.
It should only take 1 round.
It depends on who's driving. Obviously, he can't drive very well. He keeps wrecking it.
Yeah, that's one shot, one kill. Alan, so you're going to build about 4 or 5 of them up?
Yeah, tie them all to the same receiver at the same frequency. That way they're all driving in unison.
Ooh, that would be greatly fun.
That would make for a
What?
killer video.
One of them has tannerite. The other 3 don't.
You got to pick one.
There you go. That would be great fun.
It's like the shell game.
Yeah, I do think that it would make for a good camera platform though. So basically for the long distance shooters that not super long distance shooters, because obviously the transmitters only go so far. But you're shooting 200, 300, 400 yards even. Yeah, you can get radios to put on these cars and put a GoPro on it, send it down to the target zone. And that's one of the things that I plan on doing with this thing is just stick a GoPro on it and send it down range. I could even halfway close do it some close-up work with it. Yeah, I don't want to shoot the car.
Or the camera.
Yeah, or the camera. But it's a lot safer than saying, "Hey, Billy, go hold this target."
So is there a reason that you're doing the cars instead of the other things that fly?
Because I can't do things that fly. I have a tendency. I've literally destroyed 3 drones.
He already told you that he crashes into the kids' cars already.
Well, I thought that was okay.
Yeah, even
how do you
on
get
the ground,
fair-
I can hit moving
fair-
targets. Even on the ground, I can hit moving targets. But you put something up in the air, I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit leery about that too, and spend $300 or whatever on a nice airplane and then watch it crash into the ground after you take it up the first time. That's too risky for me.
Yeah, you start losing $100 bills then.
I've seen people do it. There's a guy I used to work with, used to do RC planes and stuff, and he put a lot of money and built like an actual like jet engine F-15, and the first time he took it out, he crashed it.
Oh my god! I built a jet. I've never flown one. I've got thousands in it. This should be fun.
He was good at like flying and stuff, but just for whatever reason that day something bad happened, and it just happened to be the first flight after he'd spent a ton of money on this thing.
Yeah, it went really, 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 really fast.
Yeah. Dude was crushed.
You fly a regular plane, you got a few moments to make decisions. A jet, I don't think the moments are there. That'd be instantaneous reaction. Oh boy, that would suck.
And then you'd have people around like me who would just get some really cheap little plane just to kamikaze into somebody else's really expensive one.
You see him out there with all those big foam ones going, I'll just stay over here.
I'd probably be the same way.
Crash-
Keep one.
Crash the jet. He go, I got $5 in mine. What you got in yours, pal? Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Scotsman's over there with the propeller that you have to twist up on a rubber band.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's about right. I got
You can hear him.
money on guns, so I'm not going to spend it on a plane.
Those work. I mean, won't lift a GoPro, but you know.
I only need it to work once, just so it hits it, knocks it, and crash. That's it.
You see, all my hobbies have to take turns. Like I'll spend money on one thing, and then I'm like, all right, I got to save up some money and spend money on this, and then it's a never-ending battle. Like I haven't spent any money on guns in a long time, so that's probably one of the next ones up. But I've been spending money on Star Wars stuff, like all my techie home, smart home network stuff, tattoos, like so.
You do all that smart home stuff? That stuff makes me nervous.
I love it.
when someone can access, Target's entire network and take money out, it always worries me that you can access the security on those probably isn't anywhere near there.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, like, that's a big target for somebody like me and my home network. Like, why would I be on someone's radar to hack into my system?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Small potato.
I just wouldn't like. For me, I wouldn't like it. I can go over to the thermostat and turn it up.
See, I like to be able to.
That.
I like to be able to sit on my couch and ask Google to do everything.
See, that's the part. Yeah, I don't want Google. I don't want Google with all that. I have enough with them in YouTube or typing in something on the computer and it give me a nice liberal answer. I can change the channel. I don't need to have the thermostat changed as I pull in the driveway. I don't need that.
John, I can understand that because you were probably like me. We were our dad's remotes for the
yes.
TV.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every 3 minutes. Hey, go check 3. Go check 5. Go check 8.
And back then,
that's why my dad had me, was to change the channels on the TV and move the antenna around like this and get in weird positions. That's why my dad had me.
My youngest brother used to look at me and he would just shake his head because my father had when they first came out with cable. All right, now this is a long time ago. You don't remember this, Daniel. You and I remember this. You had a little box, all right, and it had like 30 feet of cord on it, and you would roll that cord out. And he would sit in his chair with that thing there, and he could push it. But even having that, he couldn't go get that. He still had to have me bring him that. Go get the remote. You bring it over, and they had these boxes, and you just push the buttons on the box, and it had a nice long cord on it. That was back in the days when televisions were pieces of furniture.
Yeah, they look like one of those dressers, like your stereo. That was actually a own thing.
You had a big armoire looking thing.
Yeah, it's called a console. The big console TV. Ours had the big television in it, and then you could lift up the side, and there was a record player in there, and it also had an AM, FM radio in it, and then on the slots of the side where you put all your vinyl in there.
Oh, but the sound you got out of that thing was incredible.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. I wish I had one now.
My TV was a little 10-inch, not even 10-inch. I forget how big the screen was. It was really small, but it was a black and white, one of the box ones with the little ledge on the bottom, so you could actually lean it up and kind of angle it a little bit. But you had to punch the buttons.
There you go.
And turn the knob, and then you had to play with the damn ears and all that crap. And I used to play PlayStation on that thing. Little black and white TV.
What? Well, if you were playing PlayStation on it, it wasn't that long ago.
Hey, I was so poor growing up. We didn't even get Pong. Okay. My cousins had Atari, and they were spoiled brats.
I still can't believe we actually thought that was amazing. 2 paddles. You try to. We just thought that. Wow! Somebody invented this. This is amazing. Of course, those are worth a lot of money now. I was looking at. I wanted to get my kid. I wanted to get him a retro game. I thought, I'll get him one of the old NESs. Those things are going for a fortune now. I'm like, really? One of the old 1985 NESs costs a lot of. The guy was trying to explain to me. They're worth a lot. I'm trying to explain how awesome it is. I was there. I lived it. I saw when it came out.
Yeah, I blew into the cartridges. I know.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Apparently, it's worth a whole bunch of money right now, especially if you have like the one that's worth the most is the one I had. I bought one, and it had a robot on it. Called it Robbie. And you had these gyroscopes, and the idea was some stupid game it had where it would spin the gyro, the robot would pick it up and set it down, and now you had to play. While that thing was still spinning, and when it fell off, it was done. and you had to go get another one. So that one right there with all the parts, all the special games, the Mario and Duck Hunt combined with the gun and all that, that's the one that's worth a whole bunch of freaking money. It's amazing.
Could you imagine if you called a company, like a modern company, and you were having a problem with your Xbox, your DVD, your television, and they told you to blow on it and shake it back and forth every time?
I love it when you see one of those. You'll see one every once in a while online. I like to call that phone number on there and see what it is now.
Nowadays, it's did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
Yeah, I love that one. That just makes me want to stab someone in the face with a fork. Did you turn it on? No, it's like this. Hello, did you turn it on? Yeah, I turned it on. Yeah, I did, buddy.
That's like me being a techie guy. Like when I have to call somebody because something's working, I've already done all the shit that they're going to tell me to do on the phone. And
why don't they get that?
Like, and I'm telling them like, look, I've already done everything. And they're like, well, can you try this? I did it already. Well, can you do it again? I'm like, come on, man.
I'm always amazed when you fly down the whole thing and you're telling them I got this and this and this. I've got this installed. I've gone through all of this, changed out the RAM, blah, 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 blah. You're going through all this stuff. They can hear the words coming out of your mouth. Do you sound like a jackass, or do you sound like someone who might have a little bit of an idea?
They're just following a script, though. They probably have no clue.
Yeah, they're the ones who don't have the clue.
Yeah, they've got a little flip book that goes, okay, if you're having this problem, tell them to do this, and then flip the page to this, and then flip the page to this.
Did it work? Yes. Good. No. Go to this page.
My favorite is it plugged in?
That's the one I just, yeah. It's like, how the hell did I install this? Check it. It booted up. You heard me say it booted up, right? Okay, when it booted up, that indicated number one, it booted. Number two, obviously it was freaking plugged in.
Well,
Yeah,
and
but the whole
turn the power on.
have you initiated and processed a power reciprocation system?
That when next time they say that's when you hear done. I'm done with you, asshole. Oh my heavens, they drive you crazy sometimes.
Well, yeah, the whole power reciprocation process, that was always entertaining to me. Have you turned it off and back on again? Yeah, like 10 times.
I love when they really think you're an idiot, so they start to mess with you. Because I had the lady, I was trying to explain to her that I was getting a fluctuation. All right, I couldn't figure out why in the internet it was not connecting correctly. And she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting a fluctuation. In other words, I'm going from 37 megs. It'll fall down slowly all the way down to X number of kilobytes. Then it tractors back up again." She says, "Well, we're going to have to someone come to your home, sir, and change the upload side of your cable." I'm like, "What? What did you just say?" She's like, "There's an upside and a downside to your cable." I went, "Are you freaking telling me there's an upside and a downside to my cable?" I said, "Are you talking about RG6U?" She's like, "I'm not sure what they call it." I said, "But it has an upside and a downside." "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." "So what are they going to do? Come out here and take the center conductor out all the way back down to the box? Is that what they're going to do?" She's, "All I know is they're going to have to." I said, "You're actually talking to me and laughing, thinking I'm so much of a freaking idiot. I'm going to buy that." She hung up. I'm like, "Oh my God, how do you do that? How would you even say that to somebody? We got to come change your upside on your cable?" "Right. Yeah. Okay. I got you." That's the same as just walking up telling me, "You're an idiot. Did you buy it?"
At that point in time, they might as well just tell you to move and buy a new house. The cable there will be much better.
Yeah. Oh. And what it ended up being was there was a crack in the line, and water has been getting down in there. And when the water freezes, it expands, and it causes the conductor to be exposed. And so you get all this erratic behavior then. And then as it warms up a little bit and it melts, it closes. That's what it was. But she was going to change my center conductor. What, are you having a dream over there? Dog's losing her mind.
So we have Scotsman, we have yet to do a gun check.
Mine's 6 feet from me.
That's very true. That is very, very true. Oh, you know what I got on me? As usual, Model 60. Yes, it's loaded. Yes, I feel safe.
Tactical deer hunter, do you are you allowed to own firearms near you, or
Who? What?
Yes, it is loaded. Daily carry, all the time. I didn't even bring my deer gun up here. I left that down there in the safe.
Is that because it was cold? Wanted to warm it up.
what you got there, John?
P90. Ruger P90. 45 cal.
Nice. Tactical Swede. Do you have a firearm near you, or
I'm actually failing right now. I took my carry gun off when I went up on the roof, so it's upstairs. But I mean, if you look on the wall back there, I got some stuff. Within
well, having one in frame, I guess, qualifies.
within reasonable distance.
That does qualify. Kingpin, do you have anything near you?
Yes, I do. And since we're on the Scotsman show, I'll go with the CZ75 PO1
Ooh, there we go.
There you go. Very nice.
loaded because I don't believe in having a non-safe gun around.
Very nice. The Ruger Rock Island, it's the Rock Island 1911 and the 10 millimeter HSTs.
Oh, 10 millimeter.
Yeah,
No, that would be a combination if Ruger and Rock Island got together and made a 1911.
That would be nice. That'd be nice. But yep, she's made it into the rotation. She's got enough rounds through her. I've had 0 failures, so now she's got HSTs in them and becoming the winner carry for the most part.
Oh, did you guys hear about Remington and High Point collaborating in the new pistol they came out with?
Remington and High Point?
Yeah, they came out with a new product. It's called a Glock.
I should have known you were heading off down that direction. You had a slightly serious look in your eye for a second there. I was like, well, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I make fun of High Point all the time, but I will stand by the carbine. I love that thing. That is a nice thing. And a 10 millimeter now. Whew. 45. Oh, yeah, they're going to be. That's
Yeah, especially if they kept the weight in that carbine that they've always had. 10 millimeter in the High Point carbine. Sure, I'll take it. Why not?
I modified mine. That video went insane. I couldn't believe the number of people. No one ever modified. I'm like, no one's ever modified one of these before, and apparently nobody had ever done it. So I cut off the sights and ground them off right there, and put in one of the old M16 style handles on it, and readjusted the sights and changed the front sight so you'd be able to use it. Apparently people hadn't seen that before. I was like, how can you not know that? It's easy. Literally took like 35, 40 minutes, and that was it. It was done. Looks good. Came out very, very good. Because they come with a really crap. The sights they have on them when you first get them, they're ridiculously crappy. You got to have this like, I keep it here to laugh. You got to have, imagine having this. This is how you adjust your sights. So you have a problem, you have to get in there. You got to get this, and you got to turn it. It's like, oh, hell no way. I'm not using this to change the sight. No, that ain't happening.
Yeah, it looks like a pain in the ass.
It is a real pain in the ass. So I chopped that thing right on off of there. But yeah, it works good now. Real good. The only thing I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the magazine. It doesn't hold enough rounds. It's like 6 rounds. It doesn't hold enough at all. Like, let's get a real magazine going on here. Carry some rounds, but I like having a 9 millimeter carbine.
They do take the fun sticks, don't they?
Nope.
The high points, really?
Nope. Because hang on here, I got a 50 and it wouldn't work.
Hey, you need to walk down the street and talk to them about that, Daniel.
No doubt.
See, I went out and got the 50.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Well, you
it
see,
won't
High Point don't like Glocks either.
But you slam this in the P90. Oh yeah, there you go. P95. But yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, it doesn't seem to work in that thing at all.
Well, that plus you can use it with both hands, top and bottom, and have your buddy grab another 2 hands, top and bottom.
You would be the one to go, hey, I have an idea. High Point has red ball 20 round mags. Hadn't seen them. I'll have to check it out and see.
Yeah, until maybe like 2 years ago, the High Point you couldn't really get any accessories because my friends got the 40 carbine, and you could get aftermarket stuff like vertical grip and stuff like that, but you couldn't change the stock or change the handguard or anything, and pretty much red ball magazines but only thing that worked. But over the past 2 years, High Point stepped it up a bit when they're carbines. I don't know anything about the pistols yet.
Yeah, they have new owners over there, so they've started getting a little bit more. They've been coming up with more stuff. Their factory is only like 10, 15 miles from where I live.
I shot the 45, and those edges are so sharp. As that slide came back, it slipped my hand wide open. I did not. I shot one time. Did not like that thing at all. And I don't mind heavy. That's why I like the Rugers. I like to know I have a gun in my hand. I'm not a big fan of the super light stuff. But wow, those were just really, really front heavy bricks. I was like, damn. That thing weighed a ton.
Well, I think they're made from wheel castings. I could be wrong.
I don't have a clue. I know. Eric had some fun. Eric had some fun destroying one. He was using that as a chalk block for a car. He was having some fun with it. High Point has moved out of the ghetto, huh?
Well, Jesse B has it on the money. I mean, they've said for the longest time that the biggest problem with High Points have been the magazines. And there's quite a number of people that have modified the magazines, modified the followers, and gotten them to run. So I mean, if the main problem is the magazine, why High Point hasn't dealt with it yet, couldn't tell you. I can't imagine it's all that much more in tooling or whatever in order to get the magazines to run right.
Yeah, but it's High Point, so they just don't care. I mean, that's like Remington when they came out with their latest line of guns that look like a High Point and run like shit. They just didn't care.
This is what I did to mine to modify it. Get it the camera there. This went on. You have to modify your front sight as well. But it works good.
Well, putting a carry handle on that thing almost makes it look cool, but the fact is the damn thing needs a carrying handle.
Yeah, it weighs a ton.
It weighs a ton.
But the little tiny sight they had on there before, it just sucked ass. So putting this on, and I got one of the ones that are easy to take off, and I mean, it makes just adjusting so much nicer, so much easier. You got to modify your front though, so you can get your sight up, so you can sight it in. But yeah, it's actually very nice. I enjoy it.
Well, Mr. Scotsman, I'm going to have to run. Just wanted to thank you for the invite. Say it's good to see everybody, and glad you're back, man. Looking forward to some more live shows.
Absolutely good to see you, brother. Appreciate you.
Have a nice night, everybody. Be happy, be safe, have a great week, and always a pleasure to spend time with you.
Thanks, Kingpin.
See you guys.
All right, just a real quick around the room, no hesitation, no debate. Question is, and I will start off with the Scotsman, is High Point Yeet Cannon or the new Springfield Hellcat Go?
Springfield.
Tactical Deer Hunter.
I don't dabble in either of them.
John.
I'll take the Springfield.
Tactical Swede.
I honestly don't have any knowledge of the Springfield, but I'm going to go Springfield just because it's a High Point. So, and anyone that uses the word yeet.
Yeet is neat.
I would not be proud of it, but I'd have to go Springfield too.
Yeah.
I'd be quite embarrassed about that. I think I would rather let everybody know that I bought a Glock instead.
Okay. You know what? I actually carried a Glock yesterday, so sorry to disappoint.
Where's the ban button?
You can use it as a boat anchor, and you still have to carry it.
I was going downtown, and I was gonna be riding on the train, and I didn't want carrying the VP9, whatever. I just wanted something a little smaller, so I got my Glock 19.
You just didn't want to carry anything that had any value. I understand.
It was.
Yeah, if it happened to get taken, it got taken. It wouldn't be an issue.
It was actually the first time I've carried that thing in probably about 2 years. It was weird.
Smith & Wesson Airweight. That's small enough. You can do that.
So, Andrew Faulkner, sell the Spring, buy 2 High Points and a steak dinner.
Yeah. Oh, my heavens. That's good.
See, that's good because then you can take the 2 High Points down to the local dock and sell them down there.
Well, just wait till I do a gun buyback, and you'll get $300 a piece for it. Especially in California.
All of a sudden, there's going to be a big rush on yeet cannons. People saving them up for buybacks.
I think you have them $300. Really? I got a High Point.
It's like an investment, man.
I know.
Buy low, sell high.
They're like, wow, they're giving $300. Here you guys go. You want 4, 5? How many you want? Hell, I'll buy a car. Why not?
Oh, the bearded CB out there is driving me crazy right now because he's looking at between two different guns. And he's asking me if I have, what I think about the SPO1, as far as CZ and a PO7. And it's like, dude, just get the PO1 Omega. They outshoot them all. Unless you're going to get a Shadow 2.
I was going to say, just get a Shadow 2 and quit screwing around.
But if you're going to have a carry gun, get the PO1 Omega. The only other CZ that's more accurate is the step up to Shadow 2. I mean, you got to shoot them both.
Yep.
Yeah, bearded CB needs any help he can get with accuracy, I'll tell you what.
Hey, give him a break. He was wearing a skirt. This is what you need.
Way to get crickets there, Daniel.
What? Oh, you want me to keep on talking? I mean, I'm looking for my backup. The other one that had the PO1, he already left the chat.
Well, and I just want to say, hello, Big Johnson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you had me worried. I saw you were looking down. I was like, what?
I have to look down. Unfortunately, the camera's up here and everything else is down here.
Yeah, but when you go, hello, Big Johnson, I'm like, what the hell's he doing?
We got a surprise visitor.
Oh my heaven.
Yeah,
Oh.
what's a CZ? Now, the PO1 Omega. So, I mean, you actually stated the only thing that's more accurate than a PO1 Omega is a Shadow 2.
Yeah, as far as the CZ lines, I mean it's a carry gun. I've got this is my second PO1 Omega, and I've shot them against all my other CZs that I have owned. I have not owned them all, but I mean I have to step up to the Shadow 2 to beat it in accuracy. I mean,
I've never shot a CZ.
You're missing out, brother.
everyone Scotsman, we've taken Glock guys that had them shoot the shadows, and they come off with a shit-eating grin on their faces, going, "That is sick." I mean, they're just loving it.
Yeah,
I-
we converted quite a few people over the CZ.
I enjoy the Rugers. I don't know why. I like them. I like them a lot. I have my Beretta 92 FS. So I like that one too. The Italian police version.
So Scotsman, I mean, you've run Beretta 92s. How would you relate that particular weapon to a Shadow 2?
Oh, it's not even close. I mean, I love the 92 and the 90 and the M983, the whole series. It's one of my carry guns, but you can't compare it to a Shadow 2. I mean, a Shadow 2 is just top of the line.
I suspect it'd be a little bit more difficult to carry, but
Yeah, I mean, I've carried the Shadow 2. We've done it quite a bit actually, but it's not that hard to carry.
And the Shadow 2, I mean, that's a competition gun. That's not a carry gun. Where like the PO1 Omega or the PO7, those are carry guns.
Don't forget, there's also you have you slender fella carry guns, and then you gotta have us big fella carry guns. All right, so we gotta make sure it can be carried by a fat guy. A fat guy.
oh well,
can't
I've got
carry
experience
that
with a PO7. That I mean, I'm a bit of a fat guy. Well, more of a fat guy in training.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm almost there. I'm working on it though.
So you do the burger dog, just not the bacon burger dog.
I do the bacon burger dog, just not the double bacon burger dog.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, when I ordered the cardiac special, not the full knock you down in the hospital
There you
cardiac special.
There you go. And then you got to get the order of onion rings to go with it. The basket.
How could you not?
That's right. I have the worst problem with holsters, man. Oh God, you just can't get good holsters. Every time I get a holster, I got one of those. Was it Alien Gear? I think it's this. This is the Alien Gear. Yeah, the Alien Gear. And I thought this was going to be it, except for the damn thing starts coming apart. It's already losing screws, falling apart. It's like, damn. Just these are expensive.
Well, did you Loctite that thing up?
Yeah. And I was like, holy crap. It just regular. I mean, it's supposed to be one of the best you can get, but I mean, once you lose a screw, your retention's already gone. That's it. The retention's gone. So now I have to go back through, reorder the screws for it again, and figure out how I'm going to get them to stay in there. But once you start having issues like this, I don't trust the holster anymore. I really don't. And I don't like the all plastic ones. I know everyone swears by them, but that plastic, I hear people go, "Ooh, the plastic's so smooth and it feels so comfortable against my skin." And it's like horseshit. I can't take plastic and jam it down my waistband and go, "Oh, it feels amazing. It's fantastic." No, it doesn't work like that.
I've got and still run a number of alien gears. I haven't had your particular problem. I Loctite everything.
Yeah.
I haven't had your particular problem, but you might even be able to just send that back, the backing to them,
Yeah.
and they'll kick you out another one. I'd
I-
get a hold of them.
I think it has something to do with you have your spacers in here, but then you've got that. It's almost like let me flash my face here. It's almost like a grommeted piece in there. I think it's like, I don't know if it's just from whatever the threads have messed up or something. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it was a real disappointment because she slid out. And that's it. It's out of rotation now. When it slides out, it's at home. No.
100% agree. 100%. I'd get a hold of them, see what they'll do for you. I've had them warranty a shell that I damaged. I had them warranty the backings for 2 of my magazine carriers.
I'll have to see. I'll have to get a hold of them because I put another screw in there and not holding. So it seems like it might almost be like stripped or like it was a weakly made one or something. And when you put it around your waist, I don't know if there's too much pressure, but all of a sudden it just popped. And that's not something you expect to happen. And as soon as it did that, she slid off and and I literally went to turn. And when I moved in the seat, out it came. And I was like, okay, that's it. We're going back home. Can't have that happen.
Well, I would like to welcome a man that obviously has trimmed his beard down. JH586. How are you today, good sir?
I'm good, Alan. Thank you for having me, and thank you for noticing. But I did not do this voluntarily. I shot at my barber, and she called the police, and the police came, and I showed them my picture before I got in the barber's chair, and they arrested her. So we're good.
I'm glad they arrested her.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for the link, Scotsman. Thanks for having me. I see all the usual suspect. Tactical deer hunter. Wow.
It's been a cold week.
Yes, it has been. Holy crap, has it been cold? Now, what are you getting there? We've been having low teens and a little below 10 here in Maine.
Now, I think mine is a combination between age and grouchiness. The lowest it's been is like 28, where I'm at, 28, 25 degrees. So, we're not that bad, but I'm just sitting on that cold, wet ground or up in a stand with the wind blowing all week. And it's just like, yeah.
I tell everybody I'm yelling at, it has nothing to do with age or grouchiness.
Daniel, one day this season, I was in the stand. It was 19 degrees, but no wind. So that makes a lot of difference. But
Yeah, that wind can get brutal. If there's no wind when the sun's out, it's great.
Especially if you're not moving. You're just sitting there. That wind will get you.
Wind in the stand is that gets rough.
see, that's the trick to deer hunting is being able to prepare yourself to sit in the cold. You're up moving around, or if you're one of these stock type hunters, you don't have to dress near as warm. But one thing I've figured out is smart wool and merino wool are your friends, particularly when you sit in a stand or like Daniel's talking about, sitting on the ground. When you got to be still and be quiet. Best you can hope for is to go to sleep. If you go to sleep, you generally wake up and the deer are all around you.
Well, I tried that today, but my wife kept waking me up because I took her out and we sat together. And she said my snoring was keep chasing all the deer away.
Do that one too many times, you'll go to sleep and not wake up.
Oh, I can't tell you what happened. Someone had it, and it wasn't me. Someone had an unintentional discharge.
Ooh.
And my wife cannot hit the broadside of the barn. She got the roof. Ouch. But I got to go up there and fix it.
I have no idea where the hell Hemi Scrub is, but he said that it hit 80 there today. And I wasn't complaining. Here in Iowa, 40, 45 degrees right now. It could be 40 degrees colder real easy, and it's going to start heading that direction this coming week. But 80 degrees, I don't know where the hell you're at.
South Florida. That's where I used to live. South Florida.
Wow.
I was in
Naples. It was in the 30s.
I was in Naples. Yeah, I don't like South Florida's too hot. That's too hot. That's crazy hot down there. That's nuts.
In the wintertime, that's not too bad. But the summer, I've been down in Florida in the summer, and that's like, that'll kill you.
I'm from Maine, so it's like even down there in the winter, you see them all out there going, "Oh, it's almost 60," and you're like, "That's what I have my heat set at in my house in Maine." We're getting to 60, and they're like running around going, "I need a parka." You're like, why would you even have one of those? Number one, at my house in Florida, people walked in and you were just hit. They go, "It's like a meat locker in here." You go, "I know. It's that. I like it that way. Let's keep it that way."
Yeah.
60 is a perfect temperature for me. I'm good there.
Yep, 60 is good, man. I like that too.
No more. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it in the winter anymore. I don't need it in the summer anymore.
Oh, it's like the perfect room temperature for beer.
It is good for beer.
See, I'm kind of torn. Like I hate being cold, but at the same time, I like snowboarding and skiing and shit. So I need winter, but it can go away at the same time.
Yeah, winter can go away right after muzzleloader season. Last day of muzzleloader season, it needs to be spring.
Wow. That is one short season. I won't complain. I mean, I won't complain. The less I got to pay the heat, the happier I'll be.
Yeah, spring can show up anytime it wants. I'm over snow already.
We've only started. I've only got like 2 feet. There's not a lot out there. Come February, and when the snow thrower no longer can throw on the sides of the driveway, you're driving by going, "What is going on in this freaking place?" You have to tell the kid to get out and stand on the edge of the driveway so he can motion you out because you can't freaking see. That's when I'm ready. I'm done then. I'm like, I got 7 feet on the left side and 7 feet on the right side of the driveway. I'm done.
You bring up snowblowers. I'm going to be really upset. Like after dealing with shoveling snow for forever, I decided last year, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to buy a snowblower. Didn't snow enough to use it last year. And if I get another one of those this year, I'm going to be really pissed.
What you don't want to do is don't ever go out and just buy a snowblower. Go to Craigslist and find one of those people who haven't got a ton of common sense and they forgot what happens when you use gas and you leave it in there over a year or two. And they had the same thing happen to you. They didn't get a lot of snow, so it just sat there. And then when they had to pull it again, it didn't work. So they throw it on Craigslist for $50. Yeah. Go get one of those.
Yep. Clean her up, fix it up.
Yeah, I just picked up an Aaron's this year. Got an Aaron's this summer. It was $75. $75 because the guy had no clue what the hell he was doing. I like those.
I got to break Jesse's heart. Jesse, muzzleloader season. I mean, deer season's not over yet. You've got the 21st and 22nd for another weekend of gun, and after that, muzzleloader season. Plus, bow goes all the way out to February.
Yeah, I was gonna say bow's much longer. So
yeah.
Now, where you're at, can you get a deer in if you exercise each one of the different types of hunting formats? Can you get a deer for each one? Or are you
No. It's just a total number per year. Here you can get 1 buck, and you can get up to 3 deer, but only one of them can be a buck. No matter what you use. I use bow, I use muzzleloader and straight wall cartridge.
So you can get up to 3 does and 1 buck?
No, total of 3.
Oh, total. Okay.
Yeah, but only one of them can be a buck.
Have you nailed 3 before?
No, I think usually I'll just stop at 2. You can only, and it's like right now, it's like my wife and the kids hunt. So I got a doe, so I'm not going to shoot anything else unless it's got a big monster rack and let them get some meat. Because they've got to gut it if they kill it. That way I don't have to.
There you go. You're welcome to use my freezer. That's it.
I think that's the main reason I don't hunt. Well, there's 2 reasons really 3 reasons I don't hunt. 1, I don't like to be cold. I don't want to sit out in the cold. Sorry. 2, I don't want to drag a damn deer out of the woods. And 3, I don't want to get it.
The adrenaline picks up really good once you get a deer.
I've watched my dad drag a deer up the hill behind my grandparents' house, and like he felt like he was gonna die. So like, yeah, I don't really want to do that.
That's why you have 4-wheel trucks, tractors, quads, and rope. You can just, and little trailers that tilt and take young kids out with you and let them drag it if it's got to be drug.
Well, once you got it, if it's in reasonable size, you can turn it into a backpack.
Oh.
Put it on your shoulders and take it out.
Oh, what, deer?
Yeah.
Well, that's some Florida deer. They're all small down there.
Well, we have some pretty good sized deer here.
Yeah.
Whitetail.
Oh, the deer out here in Iowa, by the time you gut it, you're cold enough you can climb inside them things. They're huge.
They are corn fed. Yeah, good bucks got handles. Those are harder to drag.
One thing I would not want to have to haul out are one of those damn elk. Jesus, that would be holy crap.
On some of those ways where you shoot them at, dude, man, you might have a heck of a hike.
Well, not only that, but I mean, it's like Alaska almost for different critters. Is you can go out there and you're hunting the elk, but you're hunting the elk at the same time other things are hunting the elk. And you get the elk and you get it down, you gut it, and now you just rang the dinner bell. And you need to get moving now. There are other things that are aware that you got a prize. They would like to have.
That's why you carry a 44 Magnum.
Exactly. That's special hunting like that. I don't know. It's like hunting in Alaska. I don't know if I'd enjoy that quite as much, realizing that once I shot it, there's a lot of things now that are hunting me.
Yeah, that's when you get to 10 millimeter.
Yeah. I saw this one where the guy had shot a deer, and they all cut it all. They cut. I was shocked how fast they gutted it, and they all have backpacks that are empty that have these pouches on them, and they're literally they skin it and they cut this thing up right on the freaking spot, and they all pack it on their shoulders, and then they're gone. And son of a gun, they were being hunted by a freaking grizzly. This thing was coming after them. They kept hearing it, and it was following right along. I was like, damn, that would not be enjoyable. There's something that eats these things and eats me, and it's following me, and it knows I got chow. That's not good. Here in Maine, all I got to worry about is getting between a mother moose and her calf. As long as I don't pull any stunts like that, I'm good. There's nothing here trying to eat me. Oh, black bears, but they're not trying to eat you. They just want to smack you around a little bit and move on.
Idaho Rogers USMC said that's fool's legend. Nothing's going to get you in your down dealt. You already established you can kill something. You got a high-powered rifle right there.
Well, I don't know. Those suckers are pretty fast. You hear that? I mean, I was watching a show on Discovery of it. It's a lady who has she has an airport way out somewhere in Alaska, and she was telling the tale of herself where all she did was turn around the building, went around the building, and grabbed her by the freaking head and drug her off. She shot it, but she was able to scramble and get her gun and shot it. But it's still, she said it was in seconds.
Yeah, guys like Alaskan Ballistics, they go out hunting and they're carrying their 10 millimeters with them. That you go to gut something out there, you may not be able to get to that rifle, but that 10 millimeter strapped on your chest, on your hip, you're going to have a little bit quicker access to. And guys are dropping black bears 10 millimeters.
OCD, that's me. I'm the one up in Maine.
I tell you, there's been enough people killed on Kodiak Island by those Kodiak brown bears and grizzlies. When the people are caribou hunting.
No, I don't believe everything I see on TV, but when you see the person in the hospital and they're tore up, yeah, you kind of go, all right, yeah, okay, all right. And there's been enough people grabbed. I would just want to be very, very careful. I would be quite alert if I was in Alaska hunting.
Hey, gents, apologize, but I'm going to have to jump off here. Got to take care of some stuff. But it was definitely awesome hanging out with you guys again. It's been too long. Hopefully we keep these things going here more regularly. It seems like it's been a minute.
It has definitely been a minute, but that is coming to a head. It's going to be coming a lot more regular there. Thank you for joining us there. The biggest pussy on YouTube.
You got it, man.
Always good to see you, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll catch you next time. You guys take care.
See you, Ty.
No.
Have a good one. That's an interesting nickname.
Did I run him off?
No, you're good, man.
Your lack of beard scared him, sir.
That's the reason I didn't let her cut it the rest of the way off, man. It covers up a lot of ugly. As the rest of this panel so aptly demonstrates.
And man, there's a reason there to keep it going. You know, it's not coming off again.
Oh wow, Leamington. All right, yeah. OCD, you're not that far from me. There you go. I don't meet a lot of other YouTubers here in Maine. It's not many at all that I see.
Yeah, I had a lot of other people out there. Fuzzfork has been doing his work out there as usual. Bearded CB82. He wasn't shouted OCD. Johnny B with 180 seconds was out there. Yeah, there's been a great group out in the side chat. I'm not sure if we wanted to pay any attention to what they're talking about or not, but yeah, we've had a great group out in the side chat for a while.
I think they're ragging on me thinking for believing what I see on TV. He was in the hospital. He got chewed up by a bear.
That wasn't a bear. That was his ex-wife.
Now I've got experience in those. Yeah, I've got 5 of those, and they are vicious.
Wait, you didn't learn the first 4 times?
Well, nothing can happen now. See, in Maine, it's 5 strikes and you're out. I have to leave the state to get married. So that's it. That's it. I've been now told by the state, no, you're done. That's it. You're finished.
It's not like a car where you trade it in every 2 or 3 years.
Well, I like to say it like this. Chicks really dig me for a while. That's pretty much the way it goes. And when the while is over, they're good. That's when you just buy them the house and the car and move on. Call it good.
There's Simpson Road Larry checking in. Old soldier saying good night. West Covina Dodge. Good evening, Mr. Pat. Good to see you out there. I saw the link for Mr. Holster.
Yep.
So have I missed the discussion?
Well, we talked about a little bit earlier.
Yeah, they had an incident at the ranch today. A horse fell in the last word I got from Christine was they were around 3 o'clock. They were still trying to get a horse out. Went through the ice. They were still trying to get. So hopefully that all worked out well for Mr. and Mrs. Holster. Yeah, bearded CB. That's why me and Jim get along well. Ex-wives.
So how long are Eric and Christine up there for?
They're coming back tonight. Yeah. Her and I were going to shoot the whole week today, but when the incident happened, we have to put it off till tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll shoot her show tomorrow. It was fun having them both on last night. That was kind of cool. That was fun having Mr. and Mrs. Holster on the radio show last night. That was good. He was quiet for a while, but then he jumped right in there.
How's Mrs. Holster holding up?
I mean, I can't speak, for anything other than what I've just seen. And she's staying in a visually good spirit, but I don't know, once a camera turns off,
Yeah.
I don't have a clue. But she seemed in good spirits on the radio. She was laughing. She was having some fun. We were having a giggle or two. Christine got to have her very first critter that she could identify. Like, you can go back to the channel and go, look, there's that cow. It's like, yeah, you just ate him last night. he was in the chili. He pissed Mr. Holster off one too many times. That bull that hit the horse, and they ate the bull last night.
Yep.
So where, Bearded CB, what part of the world are you in, brother?
He's right up by me.
So he's in
He's in Iowa.
Iowa. Okay. Iowa.
Yeah, it's a great place if you enjoy corn.
That corn grows some big old deer, man.
It surely does. It surely, and from what I understand, I mean, a lot of the farmers out here, you go up, knock on their door, and just ask them, hey, you want me to help get rid of some of the deer on your property? And they just have at it. Just
you get some good goose up there and duck too.
I'm like, write me a note and your problems will slowly start to disappear. Simpson Road, Larry, I haven't checked yet, but I will. Let me check while he's doing that. Have I missed the gun check, or have we had one? Or
Yeah,
we did. Yeah, you did miss the gun check. Why? You got something you want to show off?
Well, all I got is the usual, my Smith & Wesson 6-inch 586 357 Magnum. But I'm working on this one. This is going to be a 350 Legend. It's got the heavy barrel. Kenny over at Eagle Eye Shooting did this barrel. Can y'all see that? There you go.
Oh, yeah, look at there.
Nice.
I got the handguard in. I'm got a Anderson upper waiting on the parts kit for this. All I need is I need a muzzle brake. I need the dust cover and the forward assist. Kyle's got me a bolt carrier group. I already have the charging hammer. Thanks, Jesse B. And I've ordered I believe it was Cyber Monday. I caught a sale on Aero Precision. We're having lowers for $149, so I ordered one of those. So I'm just going to set that on top of a Aero Precision lower, and I thought that was a really good deal.
That's a good choice. Did they? What they figure out is the best twist rate for that 350 Legend?
I don't think they figured it out yet. The official manufacturer, Winchester, what they're doing is they're doing 355 bores, and we wanted a 358 bore so we could shoot 35 Remington bullets, 38 Special, 357 Magnum. All of those bullets, there's such a wide range of bullets in that 358 category as opposed to the 355. So we just bought 357 bore blanks and Eagle bought a reamer. Those are going to be available. If you want one, you can order a barrel from Kenny at his new business. What's the name of it, Scotsman? Desert Precision.
Yeah, Desert Precision Gunworks.
Yeah, he's got some great sales on some Arkin optics too. So y'all check him out over at dpgunworks.com. And he'll make you one of those barrels, or you can get one of those Arkin sights for long distance, scopes for long distance. But yeah, that's what I got going on. And Larry, I hope they make good stuff. Me and Friday night, Scotsman and I were talking about the trigger. I'm also getting, I forget the name of that trigger. I'll have to go look it up. But my son's buying me a upgraded trigger, and I'm either going to put it in that rifle, or I may just leave that Aero Precision trigger in it and put it in my other AR build.
Sounds like the tactical cold deer hunter needs to get to bed.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm medicated, and before I turn into the chat napper, let's sign off. Thanks for having me on, guys, and nice.
Always good to see you, Daniel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good to see you, bro.
Good seeing you guys too.
Looking good, Daniel. Have a great night.
I always look good.
And he's so humble. He heard that, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they've actually discovered what the best twist rate for that round actually is.
Well, this one was shooting. He was shooting 3/4 inch groups at 150 yards with it. So, and that one is a 1 in 11 twist. So, I'm thinking, depending on, of course, I guess it goes down back to your basic ballistics, in that the heavier the bullet, the faster the twist rate. Is that correct, Scotsman?
Yeah.
So if you're going to run 220 grain, 250 grain bullets out of that barrel, you probably need under a 1 in 14. And you got to remember your 30-06, 270, 308, that class of rifles runs a 1 in 10. So we're not far from that. Your ARs, your 223 class, they're running 1 in 8, 1 in 7, 1 in 7.5, something like that.
Yeah, I saw the 1 in 11 etched on the barrel there, and was like, oh well, I hadn't discovered. That's new knowledge to me. Learn something new every day.
Right.
Well, that one was shooting really good. He was shooting it out to 500 yards. And I think that was with a 180 grain bullet. It was shooting really good. The problem with this barrel is you need to be a hand loader, because with a 350 Legend factory ammo with a 355 bullet, and that being a 358 bore, you're not going to have good accuracy. You can shoot it, but it's going to just be rattling down that barrel. So you're not going to get the utmost of accuracy unless you got some really soft bullets that's really going to obturate and get into that rifle.
There's a comment from OCD Outdoors, John, on what your channel is.
Oh, John Solar 283.
Why don't you make a comment in the side chat so that they can go check you out, the ones that don't know you?
I'm slow on I'm slow on all this stuff here. I'm so used to being on the radio. I'm not used to the side chat.
So are you planning on just shooting 358 bullets out of it, or are you going to try different things?
I'm going to try different things, but everything will be 357, 358. I'm not going to be shooting. I will shoot some factory ammo out of it just to get the brass to reload. I've also ordered the 350 Legend dies and some 350 Legend brass from what's the one we all use? Starline.
Mm.
Yeah, Thorzak's bringing a good point. It's not actually the bullet weight as much as it is the bearing surface, the longer the bullet. So bullets with higher ballistic coefficients will need a faster spin rate. And the trigger I'm talking about is a Rise Armament.
Oh, right. Yeah, the right arm. Yeah.
It's the lowest one in their line. It's a RA140 Super Sporting trigger, which is the RA140 SST.
Yeah, very, very nice trigger. Very nice trigger. I mean, I would definitely run that over anything that's even just a polished mil spec.
Yeah, and this is going to be a deer killing machine.
I would imagine it would be.
Well,
now, I'm curious, what'd your dies run you?
I found them on sale at Mid-South Shooting Supply. They were $30.81 for the 3-die set, and then I had to buy the factory crimp die, which was just under $12.
That's not bad at all. It's interesting because I run all RCBS gear, and some of the new stuff is kind of a pain because all my stuff I run 3 rock chuckers, so some of the new dies, they don't fit as good. It seems like some of the Lee stuff, and it's hard to obviously you can't, I'm not going to get the old style RCBSs for any of the new calibers. So
yeah, I was kind of disappointed that that they don't have that 4-die set.
I wonder why a lot of people stopped doing that too. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I've noticed that some of them just don't carry the 4-die set. I like the 4-die set.
Yeah, I've had to search a lot to try and find 4-die sets on some calibers.
I wonder why.
Pain in the ass. Because they want you to buy the extra die and have to spend more money.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really.
That's what it always is.
And you also got to understand that's a new caliber, and they need to recoup their R&D money.
Well, yeah, and plus, and they've got the dies to make. There's a lot of money in dies and stuff like that to make things. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like the 4-die sets. I wish everything was the same though. You could move from one loader to the next one. That's kind of hard because all my gear is RCBS, and sometimes the Lees don't fit. Just there's a little bit of play in there.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had any issues with the Lee dies on most of my stuff, but like on the Dillon, I use Dillon dies on the Dillon. I don't mess with the Lees on that just because on especially with different ones, even with like RCBS dies and stuff like that, you have to play around with where the collar sits. It may have to go on the bottom instead of on the top. I don't want to mess around with that.
I like those Dylan stuff. It's just the cost for me. It's just
It's
just
ridiculous. It's
it
ridiculous.
just seems to be. I walked in and bought one rock chucker, $45. The next two I got together as a set with 4 dies, and that was $60. And then I got the primer dropper, and then I got the gunpowder loader, and then I got my scales, and then my all my different parts. I was able to pick them all up, and it doesn't matter what age they are; they're always perfect. They all work together perfectly. I probably have 30 sets of dies. I think, yeah. I have dies for calibers I don't even freaking shoot. 41. It's like, why do I have a 41 die? I don't know. It was part of the package.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing I've noticed is the Lees don't. They don't. I get movement. You know what I mean? They can come loose a little bit. So you're always having to make sure you tighten that thing down. That's the only thing I don't like.
There's a question for JH out in the side chat there. If you want to post it up there, Scotsman.
About that much.
just a smidge.
There's your short answer.
I'm assuming you're talking about a 357 maximum against the 350 Legend. I'm not that familiar with the 357 maximum. I'm really not. I'm assuming it's just the difference between a 38 special and a 357 Magnum is what, about 1/4 of an inch in the brass length. So I'm assuming that if you go another 1/4 inch, you got the 357 Max. The 350 Legend is based on the 223 Winchester, not the 223 Remington. Because you got to remember that the Winchester developed the 350 Legend. But there's some guys out there. Thorzax, he'll know the answer to that. And
Hemi Scrub says
Hemi
one's
Scrub says, yeah.
are rimmed and one's rimless.
the Legend is rimless. That is because it is based on it runs in a semi-auto platform. Obviously, it's going in the AR platform. OCD says he's got a video shooting one. Y'all go check out Chris over at OCD Outdoors. He's been with us on our Friday night live stream before. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a fellow maniac. He's got to be a good guy.
I wouldn't know about that, but y'all were talking about your bag limits. In Georgia, we get $2. One of them has got to be at least 4 points on one side. So you could kill like what I would call a trophy buck, or a good buck, at least an 8-pointer is or you can kill a spike or something like that, but only $2. But you get 10 does. So you can kill 12 deer.
Oh heck yeah! That'd be there you go. You can pack a freezer with that. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
One of the things I want to do I haven't done yet. I want to go hog hunting.
Me too.
People inviting you in, going kill them all. Every freaking. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I've actually I got to get with them, but Land Run 89 has invited me many times to go out hog hunting with them, and I'd like to get with Steve from the Bohemian Hunting Club too. That'd be cool.
I would just love to go hog hunting. Now I've heard tales. I don't speak from any knowledge or any true understanding. I know hog's good and yummy, but I don't know any of the facts about it. I heard there's parts. This is what I heard. parts of the year you can't hunt them because they got worms or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. It didn't make any sense to me because I mean, why would you have worms one part of the year and then not another? I kind of figured you either had them or you didn't, but I don't know enough about them to speak intellectually about it.
You ever been in the South in the summertime?
Yes, I have.
Well, man, the insects are crazy bad down here. We have these things, what we call, they're parasites, basically, and we call them wolves. They're not wolves as you typically running around and out in the woods and stuff like that, but they're parasites that get under the skin, and that's the reason we typically hunt small game in the wintertime.
So it's not a regular worm. Like when someone says worms to me, the first thing I think of is like a dog having worms all in it and all that. You know, it's not like that. It's a parasite that gets into the skin.
It gets under the skin, yeah.
Okay.
And then in the wintertime, it dies out.
Now that makes sense to me. I'm thinking worms in the meat and all that. I'm like, why would they go away in the winter? I couldn't figure that one out there. Okay, now it makes sense.
It's kind of like fleas on a dog. You know, they're not as bad in the wintertime. Yeah, Walter Davis, that's probably what it is, bite fly larva.
Oh, okay.
But it just gets up in a wad under the skin, and it's really, really weird. So
yeah, I had heard it, and I wasn't able to put that one together in my noggin. I was like, it made no sense to me. But now that makes sense. Okay, because they just said worms to me, and I was like, what the hell? What?
Well, you know, if the meat is properly prepared, if it's brought up to the proper temperature, worms is irrelevant. And usually parasites like what you're talking about, worms are in the digestive tract, not in the flesh of the meat.
I just wasn't putting, all those different parts together. But I don't live in that area, so I mean, I've been down in the South a lot. I've done some what I consider to be rather unusual things that people in the South call enjoyable. I went fishing once in Mobile, Alabama. And I was all excited. I'm leaving I'm out in California in the military. I'm got on my poles there. I'm ready to go. And I got there, and they're looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, well, they're like, where'd you bring all that for? Me? Go fishing. No, we don't use that to go fishing. I'm like, okay. Next thing I know, I got handed a crossbow with a reel on it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And it got funnier, though. They were like, they're sneaking up on this thing. There's a great big like fog floating in the water. We're getting up on this thing, and they jumped up and they shot it. It was just a big fish hanging there. But then we went out for these things called alligator gars, I think they're called. Damn. Yeah, you all have some messed up fish there.
Those are definitely prehistoric.
Imagine a piranha with an alligator's face on it, and it's kind of like that. You're like, that's a damn. I could be in the water swimming with this thing. Yeah, I didn't like that idea too much. But they got those were quite comical. Those alligator gar. I mean we did a lot of really messed up stuff there. we did some strange things. It's all fun though.
And it's more fun with a bow rather than a crossbow.
I was gonna say, yeah, with a bow it's a lot more fun.
I just used whatever they handed to me. I just wasn't ready to have someone think my fishing pole was not really all that smart for fishing. I thought that one was unusual, and we had some fun. I went to Georgia twice, and I figured the whole peach thing was a joke, but it's not. They really are into peaches there, a lot.
There's some really nice peaches in Georgia.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They are. Very much so.
And Alabama, I don't know what the deal is. If anyone out there's from Alabama, don't get mad at me. All right, this is just what the old man saw back in the 80s. The kid that took me there, he said, you ain't going to believe it, but our girls are pretty. And I was like, everyone's got pretty girls. He goes, no, our girls, they're pretty. And I'm like, okay. He goes, no, we don't enter a float in the parades. We enter the girls. They just walk down the street. And I saw the Macy's Day Parade that year, and I looked, and it was the women of Alabama. They were literally just walking down the street. And you're going, oh, what, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11. I'm going, oh, boy, I'm going to enjoy going there. When I got there, I don't know if I was in the right town or what, but it was weird because the fellows on a scale of 1 to 10 are all like 2. And they're all married to, like, Daisy Duke. And you're just going, the hell happened here? What's going on? I was like, oh my God, they're all gorgeous. And you guys are like, wow.
Welcome to the South, brother. Let me tell you about it. They'll live in a 60-year-old rundown farmhouse or a single wide mobile home and have a $70,000 four-wheel drive pickup truck.
He told me was, we have our priorities.
They do, and they all got like these. They're all hunting deer with like handmade Colorado rifles, and they still living in great grandpa's farmhouse that's fell off in there on one side. And we live in the rural area too, so it ain't like. I tell you, a strange town is Birmingham.
Birmingham
is a strange place.
I never could figure out what was broken. He asked me when I left, he goes, so what's the one thing you wish you knew when you were here? I said, what was broken? He looks at me, what? I said, what did you guys break? You're always fixing to get ready. I was like, what the hell did you break? I'm getting ready. I understand that, but they're never getting ready. They're always fixing to get ready. I'm like, what the hell did you break? That's what I want to know. What the hell did you break that you're always fixing something before you get ready?
No, man, we're all fixing to go to Mama's house and eat some biscuits.
Oh man, biscuit. Oh, geez. And food. Oh Jesus! I swear that plane had to add a few more horsepower when I got on that plane coming back from there. Jesus Christ, the food. Holy moly!
Well, that's the reason I was late tonight. We went to our church's choir Christmas performance tonight, and they had a fellowship, quote unquote fellowship, afterwards. So we all went over to the fellowship hall and ate. Let me tell you something. I'm sure all you guys got great cooks in your churches, but Southern Baptist women can flat cook.
I'll give you that one because when I was a kid, I didn't eat vegetables. But I'll tell you what, if I was a kid in the South, hell, I'll eat every one of them damn. When they're like, we're having greens with like this in it and that in it and fried pork in it, you're like, hell yeah, I'll take some of that. Vegetables with bacon in it, fried, hell yes, please.
Yeah, you put bacon in it, it makes everything better.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they call it fatback, but it's basically bacon without a whole lot of lean meat in it.
I was fatter when I got back. That's for sure. I know that. It's true. But I mean, everything. Oh God! And I watched the lady. She was making biscuits, and it was one of the moms, and she was like, "Don't let no one tell you this ain't right." I'm like, I don't even know what she's talking about. It's an opportunity for her to talk about pig fat, so just go with it. And I'm like, what do you mean pig fat? She's putting that in the biscuits. I'm like, I was like, lard. She went, yeah, you know lard? I said, yeah, when I was a kid, it was on the table in the school. Sitting on the table in the school with a knife in it, and you put it on bread. I said, yeah, that back in the 60s, that was on the table in school. But she was sitting there using it to make biscuits, and I'll tell you what, those are yummy. There's just something about lard biscuits.
You just got to do it, man. That's the way it's done.
Oh.
And you got to let them things rise up just right, too. I mean, the biscuits in the South go to another level.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
And it's true. They are all a little strange and emotionally connected to grits. They all are. They really get excited about grits, and I was like, they're fine. I mean, I like grits and all that, but I don't get that excited. But they got excited. They were like,
you ain't never ate mine. Hey, lead bullet junkie. my grits can be used as a main dish. I got a grit story quickly. I know we're getting overtime here. Took my wife, I believe it was our honeymoon, to Savannah, Georgia, a place called Huey's on the river. You walk down the steps, it's down by the water. It's a Cajun place. My wife has never been to New Orleans, never been to Louisiana, so she has no concept of Cajun food. So I'm like, I told them they come to take our order. I said, I want some cafe au lait. I want shrimp and grits. And my wife has never tried them, and I'm not sure that she'll like them. So, give her, just bring me an order and I'll let her try mine. And she says, no, I'll bring one order and I'll put it in 2 bowls. Okay. So they bring our shrimp and grits and beignets and cafe au lait. And this is like brunch, like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So I look at her over there and she's she don't like fish, but she likes fresh seafood. And remember, we're in Savannah. We're right there on the coast. So everything is top-notch fresh. So she's over there. She's stirring this up. Now, it's grits with etouffee sauce and grits and shrimp on the top. So she's stirring it around over there a little bit, and I'm like, she ain't going to eat it. So I start eating mine, and I look up again 3 or 4 minutes later. Her bowl is empty. I mean, they are gone, man. I mean, I'm like, Lisa, was that good? She said, I ain't never had nothing like that. And I mean to tell you, shrimp and grits is where it's at. But I make some pretty good grits, but not like that. I got to get the recipe for that etouffee sauce because that stuff is top notch.
I can't get the stuff they had down south here. I think they called it white hominy or something like that. White hominy.
Hominy's a different animal. It's just basically big grits.
So, but all I can get up here is yellow corn grits. I mean, I still make them up here, but they're nothing at all like they were down there. They had, oh God, this lady it was like butter and she knew what she was doing. They were good. I enjoyed them, but I wasn't like they were about the grits. They had emotional connections to these things.
That's because a lot of us, that's all we had when we were growing up. So we kind of, latch on to good grits. And I'll tell you something else about something else you said earlier. When I cook grits, I start with bacon. I'll chop the bacon up, put it down in the bottom, fry it up good and firm. Then I get that bacon out, and then I start cooking my grits in the bacon grease.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when I do them here, it's just the water, and then I'll put a little bit of cheese in it. After it takes a while for them to get done, but once they're done, I put a little cheese in it. I don't make them anything like they were down south, and I don't think I'll be any good at it, but I get a little taste of it.
Hang around in the after chat. I'll give you some.
Shrimp, I got down pat. We got shrimp all over the place. It's Maine. But I was going to say to you, I was in Savannah, Georgia last year. We were down there for our vacation. Got to eat at Paula Dean's place. That was fun.
Shrimp and grits. I mean, I've never even thought of putting shrimp with grits, but I can't say that I've had like phenomenal grits. It's all right by me. I'm good with that. And maybe I just haven't hit the right part of the country where the grits are worth writing home about. But I would have never imagined mixing shrimp with grits. That's unique.
There was a sauce on the shrimp. It was like a buttery, salty, real savory sauce, like the oils that they cooked them in and all that, and that got poured all over it as well. So it adds some yumminess to it. That's what I had.
I'd be willing to try it. Who knows? Especially with bacon, that sounds really good.
A little bourbon in it.
There you go.
Just like bacon, everything's better with bourbon.
Yep.
That's hard to argue with, but yeah, try you some grits, fry you up some bacon chunks down in the bottom, get the bacon out. Actually, what you got to do is you got to put the bacon in there, just a little bit of onion and a little bit of garlic, and fry all that off till the bacon's done. Then scoop that, put it on a paper towel, let it drain, and then just start cooking your grits. And the trick to grits is butter and salt. I got slapped away from the kitchen table when I was a kid for putting sugar in grits. Some people put sugar in them, like oatmeal. Yeah, my granddaddy slapped me off the table doing that stuff. So.
Well, nobody slapped me, but they did mention certain things to me when I sat down to eat them. There was an old gentleman there. He was good at reminding. He said, "I remember, this ain't cream of wheat."
Right.
He knew I was from Maine, and he wasn't the most. For him, I was kind of an idiot. He looked at me as not the smartest bright in the bulb in the package there. So he liked to tell me things like that. This ain't cream of wheat. Like, okay.
That's one thing that I can't eat is cream of wheat.
No, that was when you were poor and it was really cold outside, and it was that was just what we had, you know. That was one of those things. That was the 60s. It was really, really cold out. You got to get something. See, I come from 11 kids, so my father had to feed 11 extra mouths, so that was he was good with whatever was cheap.
Yep.
Simpson Road, Larry. I like bacon wrapped in bacon. Yeah.
All right, guys, we are over time. I got to head to work here shortly, so. With that being said, Jamie, what you got, brother?
I'll just check us out on Friday nights. The Georgia Shooting Connection live stream be on my channel. I got some 30-30 videos coming. I got this 350 Legend build that I'm waiting on all my parts for. So we'll see some of that in action. That's going to fit in fine with some 357 and 35 Remington load development. That's going to be fun to compare all three of those. So y'all check us out over on Friday nights and watch for some 350 Legend 35 Remington videos. Thanks for having me, sir, and enjoyed spending some time with you guys. We've been missing you, Alan.
Very cool, man. John, what you got, brother?
Let's see. Our big project right now is Mrs. Bomey's radio show. It's Quickie with Miss B. I'll throw a link in there real quick. It's 15 minutes Monday through Friday. We don't do any politics on it because we got enough of that for our other shows. It's just laughing. It starts with us making asses out of ourselves and laughing for 15 minutes. It's up by noon Monday through Friday, so you can have some fun with that. That's what we do right now.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Alan, what you got, brother?
Man, I've kind of wandered from the path for a moment. Haven't really had that much. I don't have that's pretty much all I got for you, other than make sure that when eating majorly spicy Cajun or Mexican food, to wash your hands before you go to the bathroom. Just a public announcement. Just a reminder, people. Just a reminder. And as always, keep the magazines loaded and one in the chamber.
The ghost pepper down below.
That's probably a wise advisement right there. Make sure you guys pay attention to that.
Yeah, before you touch your eyes as well.
Oh.
All right, guys. Appreciate everyone out there. Appreciate y'all showing up. We will see you all next week. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Do it, Alan.